And we are live. Welcome, everyone. Good morning. My name is Kevin O'Malley, your Wilsonville Chamber of Commerce. Please come in and sit down in our virtual gathering this morning. When your calendar says Wednesday, then what that really means is it is Wilsonville Wednesday. Why Wilsonville Wednesday? It's because most of our gatherings as Wilsonville Chamber of Commerce happen on a Wednesday. So today we are gathering virtually. Thanks for joining us. And to get started, I'd like to ask everyone one question. We have a comment box, so whether you're on YouTube or whether you're on Facebook, there's a comment chat. In one sentence, can you tell us, how'd your week go this last week? How did last week go for you? Let us know. And we'll start looking in our chat if we can all figure out where the chat button is. Some of us are trying to go, whoop, where did my chat go? I had my chat up here. Thanks to Claudia Spoutwell for helping us. And let's see. Okie dokie.
Hey, I found it.
Okay.
Good morning, Cheryl.
All righty. And I am looking for, all righty. While we're having some of the chats fill up, the goals for our virtual morning spark. Number one, we're here as a supportive community. So since for the moment, we're not able to gather in the real world as Chamber, we choose to gather as a virtual community. We believe that by remaining connected, albeit virtually, we can support each other. And as we continue moving forward, we are better together. Number two goal was to share helpful information. So the realities of our world are such that they're presenting new questions, new challenges for our businesses and for our personal lives. So our Wilsonville Chamber members have a lot of valuable professional skills as well as personal talents. So by enabling our chamber members to share helpful information in our virtual morning sparks, we believe it's always a good idea, but especially at this time. And then of course, like any morning spark, even though this is virtual, we're going to still look to connect, meet some new folks, touch base with someone that we've known. And so we're going to move over. This morning, we have two of our chamber members, and we're very grateful that they've joined us. So live in the studio, we have Dr. April Vovis. April, can you wave to everybody? Okay. We have also Lori Tarter, LLC, and our inimitable member success manager, Holly Thomas, is here. Good morning, Holly.
Good morning.
All right, so we're going to get started. Dr. April, we had a flip of the coin before the kickoff this morning. Dr. April called head, so she's going first. And Dr. Vovis, you're going to talk to us a little bit this morning, first off, on COVID-19 testing. What can you tell us about COVID-19 testing?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Testing is still limited. The lab companies that are testing are definitely ramping up and able to test more samples every day, but we're still limited to those that meet, the CDC criteria for testing. Okay. Good news, most insurance companies are waiving the costs for testing if you do need to end up getting tested, so you don't need to worry about that. And then, if you're not sure if you need to be tested, the best place to start is to talk to your, healthcare provider through phone or a virtual visit and find out if you do, in fact, need to be tested. So I have a few tests available through my office, and then I'm also able to test for flu and strep throat and kind of rule out some of the other things that can look similar to the coronavirus.
Okay, so if someone is believing that they came in contact and know that somebody's tested positive, that's a pretty strong indicator. But if you're not sure that you've come in contact with anybody, but you're coming down with flu-like symptoms, is that still a recommended, try to find out if you can get tested then?
Yeah, I think it would be wise to at least talk to a provider, and talk about your personal health and what risks that you might be at so that they can decide if you should be tested or if it's best just to stay home and, self quarantine yourself. So.
Okay. In general, what else, Dr. April, should we be doing right now for trying to stay healthy?
Yeah, sleep is so important for our health, and not getting adequate sleep can really negatively impact us. Also trying to manage stress. I know it's really difficult during these times, But, if it's something that keeps happening, day after day and night after night, it can really impact your health. So working on sleep and stress.
Okay.
A few things that I recommend is turning off all screens, at least 60 minutes before bed. The blue light really affects our melatonin and ability to fall asleep.
Question. I was on the phone with my daughter last night, and she was wearing actually blue light glasses. As dad, that sounds cool. Do they work?
Yeah, they do actually help to block out the blue light. So that's something that you can get if you must be on your screen. So
like we all are right now.
Yes, right. Other things that you can do is make your bedroom cave-like, so it should be really dark. Removing screens from the bedroom, even clocks that have a digital read on it, and keeping the bedroom cool. 65 degrees is the ideal sleeping temperature.
Cool.
And then keeping a consistent sleep schedule. I know a lot of our schedules are different than what we're used to. We're staying home, but trying to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on the weekends, really helps solidify a solid sleep. And then when you do wake up, getting exposure to early morning light. So opening the blinds as soon as possible, stepping outside and letting the light shine on your face. If you are waking up before the sun, you can use a light box, and that can be really helpful.
Okay. So good idea to get out of the cave and get outside still, even if it means we're quarantined to the backyard, huh?
Yeah, you can still step outside your front door or on your back porch. So.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Are you finding that from a food standpoint, are there any opportunities to, I've never asked my doc, are there foodstuffs that we should be staying away from relative to can make it? I mean, we've got high anxiety, high stress. Are there some food things to stay away from?
Yeah, caffeine is huge. If you're,
whoops.
Yeah, and that will really ramp up your anxiety. So, I usually drink 2 or 3 cups in the morning, but I've cut back to 1 just because of all the extra stress. So that's going to ramp you up. And then really trying to avoid caffeine after 12 o'clock. Caffeine stays in your system for a very long time, and it can interrupt your sleep. Okay. And then thinking about other sources of caffeine like chocolate can have an effect. So
okay,
that would be the biggest thing.
So if we're not feeling well or there are health issues, we can't really get to a doctor. In most cases, the doctors are closed. Certainly, if somebody needs an emergency, they should be dealing with it differently. But if they're just not feeling well and normally would have called to get a doctor's appointment, what are the options now from a telehealth standpoint?
Yeah, thankfully, we live in a world with technology, so we can access care through telehealth or virtual visits. A lot of places have switched to that, including myself. So yeah, you can, get your computer out and do a virtual visit. Yeah, we're not all magically healthy. All of our health conditions haven't gone away. People are still dealing with, their normal things, and they need to receive care as well. So absolutely.
So are there may be some reluctance for people to want to do it. What do you recommend to people? I mean, it could be just an actual voice conversation with somebody, or if they've got the video camera, they've got something on their phone, they can use it. Can you do meaningful medicine, I guess is my question.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of what I do is talking to patients and asking a lot of questions, and we can certainly accomplish that through a telehealth or virtual visit. And then also just being able to see the person, especially if they're sick. I can really gauge like how sick are they, and you can check your temperature while we're on the call or on the video. And a lot of people have those Apple Watches or heart rate monitors, so we can check in on that.
Oh, cool.
We can see how someone is breathing, and really decide if coming into a clinic is the next step or not. Okay.
When you think about clinics, are you hearing right now that hospitals? I guess the concern is I'm going to a clinic or a hospital and there's a lot of COVID there. Are you hearing that the hospitals are trying to make accommodations? How is that a real risk, I guess, for folks?
Yeah, I think the hospitals are doing a great job. They're really screening people before going in and really trying to limit the amount of people that are coming to the emergency room. And so, of course, it is a risk to come into a clinic, but lots of places are separating, in-person visits, allowing time for the room to air out and for them to really deep clean. And so I think if you do need to come in for an in-person visit, your risk is low overall. So, but a good place to start is with the virtual visit, because you may not need to. A lot can be accomplished. We can refill medications, we can check in on your symptoms and then decide if it's worth coming into the office and coming in a way that reduces your risks.
Cool. All righty. So we're looking to see on a question standpoint, we got some folks checking in. Good morning. Wondering if anybody has a question for Dr. April. Let's see.
I can also add that virtual visits are billed in the same way as an office visit, and your insurance company will cover those in the same way. A lot of insurance are waiving any costs that you may be responsible for virtual visits at this time, so you may not even have a copay or anything like that.
That's a good thing to know. And fundamentally, getting some reassurance from your professional healthcare person is gotta be worth that copay at this time.
Yeah, absolutely. There's the overlap between a cold and allergies and the flu and coronavirus. It can be confusing. So, I'm here for you. Just pick up your computer and check in, a quick visit, and get some reassurance and a plan of what the next steps are.
Awesome. And in most cases, is the information on the website, or they can make a phone call and their physician will call them back and figure out however they have to do the telemedicine, if there's software or website to go to. Is that how that works?
Yeah, I'm not sure what other people are doing. My EMR has a HIPAA compliant way, and they use the Zoom platform, and
cool.
You simply just need to download it if you haven't already done it. So I've been doing it the last 2 weeks, and it's been going really well. Just a matter of people just have to figure out how to turn on their microphone, and then it's good to go. So.
Yeah. Never happens, right? That's a good thing. That's why Zoom has the phone option too. So you can
and you can also do it on your phone. Yeah, so you don't even need your computer.
Good. Dr. April, thanks so much. Staying healthy in this time is obviously top of mind. We always like to believe we want to stay healthy, but in this current pandemic, it's all the more critical. So great advice. You were not practicing medicine. I meant great advice using telemedicine. So that's the advice, right? All righty, we're going to move to our next chamber member. Lori Tarter is here this morning to share some ideas on what we can be doing now as we go through our daily activities in our business to prepare for when we're no longer dealing with the COVID-19, which we hope will be sometime not too distant future, right? Lori, good morning, welcome, and take her away.
Good morning, everybody. Super excited to be here. Thanks for having me. The one thing that's been really resonating with me over the past few weeks is looking at this and saying, okay, we really need to look at this obstacle and try to find some good in it. And so that's something that I really practice. And I remember with my clients, not even a month ago, 2 months ago, I heard my clients say, I don't have time. I wish I had more time. If I only had more time. Well, right now we have the time to build our business toolbox. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. I have a few tips. Some of them are really elementary, but we forget about them because we get caught up in all the day-to-day. So I kind of wanted to go over a few of those. And the reason why we want to build our toolbox now is so when we come out of this and the fear is over, our toolbox is full of great tools to help us market ourselves, to help move our business forward. And the one thing I like to always say to my clients, whether we're in this type of pandemic or just in our day-to-day hectic lives of running a business, is you should wake up every single morning and say to yourself, what's one thing I can do today to help move my business forward, whether it's something small or it's something large. So today I just want to go through as many tips as possible. I know we have a short period of time. So Kevin, I'm long-winded, so make sure you cut me off. But the first thing that I want to touch on is the best thing that we can all do for each other as businesses is take time right now, stop scrolling Facebook, turn off CNN, and write a positive you for a local business. Help them gain exposure. It may not mean that much right now for their business, but you are helping them create an incredible PR tool. So when we come out of this fear, they have things on their review sites, Google and Yelp. It helps their search engine optimization, and it can help those local small businesses, move forward. So I think that's something really important. Kevin?
Lori, so that's such a great suggestion that everybody who shows up next week, we'd love to see in the comments next week. We've had a whole week. What one business locally did you do a review on? Great tip. Okay.
Absolutely. Last week I reviewed Lake Oswego. I love their lavender cosmos, so I had to let them know. I gave them a shout out. Carpet Geeks, another chamber member. They did my carpets a few weeks back. I took the time to write them a review. R&R Cafe. Think of all those small places and really think about small businesses that are really getting the biggest hit right now. So if you think about travel agencies, local travel agencies, if you book through Expedia, write them a review. If you've done work with a dealership, auto salespeople, they're not selling cars right now, but they thrive and they really do need reviews. So if you bought in a car recently and you loved it, write them a review. I think it's important. And so let's go to the next one. What can you do for yourself? This is a great time to ask your clients for reviews. We're so busy, caught up in the day-to-day that we don't take time to ask our clients for reviews. And again, reviews are a great tool. You can use them on your website. You can use them, on your social media sites. And again, Google My Business, your search engine optimization goes up the more reviews you have. So now's the time to ask your clients or your customers for reviews. They have the time. The biggest suggestion I can do for that, tell you about Google Review, is create a really short template and email it to your customers and your clients, and make sure you insert the link directly to your review. People are more likely to do a review if you give them all the tools to make it really easy to do. So take some time, reach out to your customers, your happy customers, and get those Google reviews.
And
Yeah.
can't mention enough that last tip to make sure your review URL is there. All of us remember back in school when you were staring at the blank page trying to write your essay and like, where do I start? And you got to give them a starting point, because if people need to try to search for your actual Google page, they're not going to do it. So you got to make sure it's part of your email to them. Great.
Yeah. And if anybody needs a template, I would be more than happy. That's something that my business does. So I can help you create a generic template. You can fill in the blanks, and then you can just cut and paste and get it done. But again, fill in your toolbox to move your business forward. The next one is really important to me in my 25-year career. This is something that I live and die by, and that's gratitude. And what do I mean by gratitude? This is a great time. Technology is great. I'm not knocking it. I think it's a beautiful thing. But take your pen to paper and write your customers a little note. Just the last couple of weeks, every single one of my clients, I wrote them a handwritten note and just said, I thought you could use a smile right about now. And I put, it sounds elementary, but I put a smile sticker in it, and I sent it to each and every single one of my clients because I wanted to let them know I'm thinking about them. They're important to me. And I thank them for their business. So think about getting a yellow envelope in the mail. It's not a bill. It's something positive and lighthearted. Your customers will remember that, even if you're not doing business with them right now. So I love gratitude. I think that's a great tip for your toolbox.
Lori, most of everybody knows our member Sue Raxter, Paws and Tails. She had a comment that asked to include today, which was, she said, I've been around long enough to see a lot of business cycles, and Sue's sense of humor, so you can laugh. But she said, I can remember early on in '82 when we had a terrible recession, she went through her account list and she began to write thank you notes and a card to all her customers, frankly, that she hadn't heard from later on. She said, I went back a year later, all those people had reactivated. So it wasn't a card, it was a card of gratitude, as Lori mentioned, but it works. And she said she not only did cards, but she did postcards, just a way to say, I'm here, I'm thinking of you, and I hope you're doing well. So
yeah, definitely. Words are gifts. They can't ever be taken away. So I highly believe in them. The next thing I really want to talk about really quickly is the importance of comparing your social media right now. This is one of those things that every single one of my clients always say, I hate social media, I don't have time. This is a great time to create content. Fill your file bucket, start creating some really engaging graphics, start making some of those videos, do some of those things you're fearful of. You can practice right now, get some videos in the can. I think it's really important to let people see your face during this time and get online and do those live videos or pre-record those videos. It really will help you build relationships. So when we come out of this, they're going to feel like they've seen you already, and they're going to feel like you're their friend. And when you're posting on social media, it doesn't have to be serious. Let's make it fun and spread some positivity. Post a picture of your family, what you're doing at home right now. Post a picture of your work office, maybe a picture of your dog sitting in your chair, being your coworker. Kind of make them fun. I also think this is a wonderful time to share your story. What's your history? How did you get into the business? Why are you so passionate about what you do? What's your unique operating thing that you do that makes you unique, that sets you apart from everybody else? And then while you're doing that, create your content, but also create your calendar. Schedule your posts in advance. Get those things all done now. I really saw some really great things last week, on social media, businesses that are looking and sharing information with each other because they complement. They don't compete. So, for example, last week I saw Puddle Jumpers Daycare, which is a chamber member. They shared one of Boone's Landing videos because it tied into how to keep children safe and fit. And the more we share from our other chamber members, we're promoting each other and cross-promoting. And I just think that's really important that we show the love to one another. The other thing I want to talk about very, very fast, I have so much I want to share with you all. Start building your social media, gain your followers. This is another one of those things we never have time to do. There's a couple things you can do. If you need ideas, of course, reach out to me. But on Instagram, you can create a follow group. We did that last week with a group of women businesses. I gained over 30 followers in 2 days because we sent messages out and did a Instagram follow. You want to do it strategically. You want to make sure you're looking to partner with businesses that complement your business where you might have shared customers so you can help each other. And then don't forget about LinkedIn. It's often a resource that people forget about. Now's the time to go in there, and it says invite people to join. This is a great time to do that as well. The other thing that you can be doing right now, since we're all on social media scrolling it, is to join groups. If you have a Facebook business page, or even if you just have a regular business page, this is a great time to join groups because groups are out there supporting each other. So right now I noticed What's Up Wilsonville just popped up. It's a great business Facebook page. It's promoting local businesses. Rally for Business, Wilsonville Businesses is another new one that just popped up. Of course, there's Wilsonville Small Business. You can join the groups, but the most important thing you guys have to remember to do is to post. Show your expertise. What do you have to offer? Just don't listen and scroll. Be part of the action. Help solve people's problems and post. All right, and then LinkedIn. Again, do you have a business page? If you've never set up a business page, it's absolutely critical to have a LinkedIn business page. There's many benefits. I can't go into them today. But most importantly, your business page is a great way to show your expertise and build your reputation and establish yourself as an expert in your field. Once you get that business page going, you can publish articles. When you're on LinkedIn, recommend others. There's this thing, write a recommendation. Now's the time to do it. It's just like a Google review. Ask and get recommendations for your Facebook page, for your personal Facebook page, or for your personal LinkedIn page. Again, LinkedIn is a great way to establish your expertise and what sets you apart. Next, I want to talk really quickly about cross-promotion. It's real simple. Band together for better results. You know the old saying, 2 heads are better than 1. It's never more true for small businesses. It's a great way to stretch your marketing dollar when you cross-promote with another business. So look for partners that don't compete with you, but have similar customers and partner with them. There's lots of things you can do. Again, social media is a great way to do it. You can do joint postcards or joint print advertising. The chamber has the new Wilsonville magazine. Maybe join with another chamber member and split the cost on an ad. I saw something really cool last week. Slick's Barbecue and Vanguard Brewing, they partnered. They're cross-promoting like crazy. They each have their products at each one of their locations. They're sharing each other's social media. They're really doing a great job of supporting each other because they have similar customers. So bravo to you guys. Another one is, this is a great time to refresh your website. If you haven't done it a year, you built your website 3 years ago and you haven't gone in and updated, now is the time to do it. I made a joke the other day to one of my chamber members. I went to their, or one of my clients, I went to their Google My Business. They don't even have a picture of the front of their location. So this is a great time to update your website, your Google My Business page. I jokingly said to my client, call Nathan Holden, let him do a drive-by shooting of the front of your business. So just some great tools for you. Is that it, Kevin? Are we out of time? I got a couple more, but if we don't, I don't want to take up all the time.
So let's just make sure we check template. So Gladys said, thanks, Lori, for offering to provide a template. That's great. All righty. Nope. Why don't you get 2-3 more minutes? Let's finish up. It's great.
All right. The next one is, if you haven't done this and you've been wanting to do it, this is the perfect time. Do you have a newsletter for your business? I often, from my clients, get a pushback from on newsletters. I don't want to bombard people. I want to let you know you're not bombarding people. 2 reasons. One, if someone signs up for your newsletter, they want to hear from you. You're not bombarding them. The other thing that I want to let you know is, when you send a newsletter, the average open rate of a newsletter is 22%. That's average. Some are higher, and kudos to those folks that get that done. But 22% really doesn't sound like a lot. But really what that means is 22% of your email audience will see your content. And compare that to the fraction, the percentage of people that will see your stuff on Facebook. Those are people that are going to be getting your information. They're going to be spending time reading it. And it also will drive them to your website. And that's important. In your newsletter, you always want to drive folks to your website. Again, it's all about that search engine optimization. The next thing I want to talk about is write a blog, show your expertise, post your blogs everywhere you can. The Chamber has an awesome opportunity for members where you can submit blogs, and Holly puts them up on the Chamber page. Tons and tons of people go to the Chamber website every single day looking for resources. It's sort of like the Better Business Bureau, right? They see the Chamber as credibility, and those people that join chambers, those businesses support community. So write the blogs, send them to Holly, and get them up on the website. You can use those blogs on your website, which again helps with your search engine optimization. I write mini blogs and I put them everywhere. I put them on LinkedIn, I put them on my website, I put them on my Google My Business page. I'm constantly updating everything that I can all the time. So again, go ahead, Kevin.
Question on blog content. You have skills as a writer. Not everybody has skills as a writer. What's your thought of a short blog post that's actually done with video, so that as the content?
Sort of broke up, but ideas for writing short blogs and using video. It's really, you really need to write about things that you're passionate about and that you're knowledgeable in. And you want to write blogs that show your expertise because you want to drive people to your business. You don't want to give all of the information away, but you want to give them just enough to make them know that you're an expert, that they want to call you. So I'm not sure what your question was, but I hope that helps.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The question, I didn't make it clear. Not everybody can post the written word. If you're going to do a blog post, is it okay to do a video, a short 3-minute video as your blog?
Absolutely. Video is king. So yes, the more videos you can post, it's so important because people will stop and look at video. So I think video blogs are an excellent resource for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you got one more tip for us?
Well, let's see. I got to pick the most important one. I'm going to pick this one. Update your database. If you've been slacking, now's the time to take all those business cards you've been getting at the chamber meetings and get them into your database. So when you send that newsletter out, you have more people to send it to. You have more people to invite to upcoming events. Again, it's about filling your toolbox. And I do want to do one more, Kevin.
Absolutely.
This one's really important to me. We have time right now to learn. We're never too old to learn. So when you find that you have a lull in the day, let's fill our toolbox with some new knowledge. People like Sandler Training, Brad Kleiner, he's offering some great online courses right now on leaderships and sales techniques. There's all types of things he can help you with to move your business forward. And don't forget about the small business centers. They've got some really great webinars right now on all types of things to help fill your business toolbox. So when we come out of this, we are ready to march and be strong. So I appreciate you all listening today. And I just, before I sign off, I want to let you know that we are all in this together. And the more we can do to support each other by filling our toolbox and helping others, we're going to grow and we're going to prosper when this is all done. And, my number one mantra is attitude is everything. And I start out every day saying, make it a great day. And so I hope you all kind of take on some type of mantra that will help you fill your toolbox.
Awesome. Lori, thanks. And there'll be some questions here in the comments box, and you can get to them later, or we're going to circle back right now. There are a couple questions. Dr. April, what are some of the other ways you recommend building up immunity? That's a question from Mr. Bunch, Kyle Bunch.
Yeah, sorry, I was typing in the Facebook comment. Zinc can be helpful for supporting your immune system. Like I said, and we don't have any research that directly says these supplements or herbs will help with coronavirus, but in general, we know that, vitamin C and zinc can help support your immune system. Another big thing is making sure your vitamin D levels are normal. Many of us are low in the Pacific Northwest, and vitamin D is important for our immune system. And then, really getting adequate sleep is super important, like we talked about. And then there's lots of other herbs that can help with the immune system, but I don't want to give out any because some of them may not be safe for everyone. So,
Understood. Yeah, on a personal note, I have, because of all the allergy stuff, my naturopath had recommended vitamin D supplement for. So that's why they're there, to take your direct personal. Lori Tarter, Gladys, thanks so much. I wouldn't have thought of the blog on all the multiple platforms. Okay, so what we want to do now, I think, I know Cheryl had a question. Did Cheryl get an answer to her question, Dr. April? Do we know? Cheryl had a question back here. Where did Cheryl's question go? Yeah,
I think I did. I said that if her friend has the symptoms, she should schedule a virtual visit and find out if she should be tested or not.
So Cheryl Moffat, Clarity and Wellness was, some of my friends have allergies and the symptoms can overlap with COVID-19. Should they be tested? So definitely get a hold of the telemedicine. Okay. And
Kevin.
Yep.
Cheryl also, at the beginning of this, made a comment that I thought is absolutely worthwhile repeating. Her comment is, this whole last week has been crazy feeling, but I've really noticed a lot of helpful community out there, and that is what I choose to focus on.
Amen on that. Very positive.
Awesome.
Very positive. And when you talk about gratitude, it is easy right now in these times to get stressed out and anxious. We would not be normal human beings if you didn't. But focusing on the positive is something we all know. It's hard to focus on the positive, so oftentimes it's a little bit simpler to say, what am I grateful for? And waking up in the morning and getting the sunshine, as Dr. April mentioned, is great. And as Lori mentioned, our mental state is just as important. So trying to remember what we are grateful for in these stressful times is a good idea. Want to find out if anybody has had a way they would like to share that they've adapted their business this last week. If you can post it in the comments. What are you doing to try to adapt in your own business? That may be your actual way you're going to market. It might be what you're spending your time on. It might be any of the above. So it's a purposefully a little bit open-ended, but what are you doing different this week relative to your business, if you can share?
Well, I'll chime in on behalf of the chamber. Lori did mention it, that we have launched our We're Wilsonville group page on our Facebook. Okay. So it is a way we're doing business differently. We want our members and even the community businesses to put your information out there. Let people know if you're offering curbside service, what you've done differently, and get your menus posted and get your phone numbers and everything. Use that page, that group, to help pull the community together, because we're Wilsonville.
So showing on the screen right now for everybody is the facebook.com/groups. We are Wilsonville, because the URL can't have a contraction in it. So we'd love for you to drop in. Our goal in creating this site is to make sure that there's an opportunity long-term, not just short-term, to connect our businesses with the community. So we have the Wilsonville Living magazine, which is fantastic. But in an internet world, we figured we would create this. So if you have something to share of value to folks, here's an example where Elegant Catering is sharing their meal. The other resource I want everybody to know, Lori mentioned it, is Rally for Business. And what I want to do here is close this one. So a couple, Katie Green is helping out Carrie Postma, and they are creating a local group. So if you're looking for business hours, one of the things they're doing real cool is they are putting actually all the businesses, if you're the dentist, if you're a chiropractor, etc., and you can actually join this public group, Rally for Business, and be able to have one other platform to be able to connect up. All righty, let's go back to the comments here and see if we've got some interesting comments. All right, where did new comments? Okay, prick my new comments button. All right, Stephen Quick did a post to encourage businesses to post their page. More importantly, ideal clients, specials, great response. And Lori apologizes, she got disconnected, unfortunately. And
Gladys was right above that.
Uh-oh, okay. What did Gladys say?
Gladys says virtual meetings, videos to do enrollment for a new client, virtual happy hour to keep community connected.
Wonderful. All right, stop sharing the screen. All right. Cheryl is, while her massage practice is closed down for now, she's been texting and calling clients with well wishes, staying connected, keeping that connection. Boone's Landing Physical Therapy. Sorry, Renee. Using the time to check up with past patients. PT telehealth as well has been a huge benefit for patients who don't feel comfortable to come into the clinic. So, good idea. Glenn Healy, good session. He's checking in. Let's see if we have. Oh, somebody had video testimonials. Who's there? Gladys with clients.
Stephen Quick.
Go ahead.
Stephen Quick had the video testimonials.
Awesome. Do enrollment for new client via virtual. Good deal. All right. We are going to check. There's another resource here. I got to jump over to, where did it go? Give me a second here. Want everybody to know that the video of this will be posting automatically through Facebook Live. We also have the chance to have this is posted over on our new YouTube channel, which we would encourage you to go look at. It is Wilsonville Area Chamber of Commerce, which is a new YouTube channel. We also have, let me see if I can pull it up. 1 second here. Let me see if I can pull it up so you can see it. We'll see how fast we can type this in. 1 second. He says, Wilsonville Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm gonna, there we go. Ta-da. Ta-da. Okay, we got it. Now we're gonna bring it over and we're gonna share the screen. Change these 2 monitors. Tells me it's easiest with 2 monitors. I know that. Application window. Really? Where did it go? Okay.
So Kevin, while you're
Please.
doing that,
Thank you.
Shelby Creekcraft, no, excuse me, no worries. Shelby Creekcraft just responded with I am taking some of this time to make face masks for hospitals, nurses, etc., making me feel useful too. That is awesome, Shelby.
yeah, the opportunity to take terrific hand skills, crafting skills that pizzazz jewelry is really great. That oops, I'm still struggling to get to the page. So Shelby, thanks for sharing, and I'm going to bring it up because it's not going to. I got it. That's important.
And
Go ahead.
Dr. April had added a comment that she is offering a limited number of no-cost virtual visits for those who are uninsured and experiencing financial hardship. Thank you, Dr. April.
That's awesome. All right. So, okay, we're going to go. I can finally do this now. Sorry for the delay. Can't apparently have two windows open. It won't find a second window. So there we go. Okay. Bingo. All right. So we are on the Wilsonville Area Chamber of Commerce YouTube page. What I wanted to show you is that the Virtual Morning Spark is streaming there. We recently started to post our interactive videos that we are sharing with our talented members. So this is a video on about 3-minute, 6-minute video on productivity tips on working remote that Darcy McAllister from HRT. So if you have an opportunity for a great short video and not sure what you how to do it, you drop me an email and we can talk about seeing if we can't get it created for you. We do a Zoom conference call and we record it and post it up on the page. There we go. All right,
Awesome.
going back to stop sharing. All right, so Wilsonville Wednesdays, that's what they are. Any other virtual meetings? Let me see the last comments. Videos to do. Yep, I think we're all good. We catch up on our comment? I think we are. April 1st, next Wednesday, we're going to do something again. We'll gather, and next week is your Wilsonville Chamber. We were on the docket to have a Morning Spark, so we're going to continue 2 weeks out. If you're interested in being a guest host, as Dr. April and Lori Tarter were today, we'd love to talk to you. Just drop me a line. Everybody's got my cell phone. And if it's an email conversation, whatever's easiest for you. In the next week, we hope you'll continue to push forward. We are Wilsonville. We will get through this together as a chamber community. Invite some folks on for next Wednesday, 7:30 to 8:30. And if there's an opportunity, we're going to try some new things next week. There's a lot of resources that are just happening in the next couple of days after the stimulus package was passed by Congress. On the Senate side, we expect the House will follow. So when it comes to business resources relative to small business and some of the resources, i.e. funds that could be available, and we are working, if you saw the press release this week, we're spending a lot of time trying to work with our city fathers and figure out what we can do to assist our local businesses here in a very, very trying time. Any suggestions on what we can be doing for you? Don't hesitate to get us a contact. We are here for you. Dr. April, Lori Tarter, Holly, thanks again. We'll see you next Wednesday here, 7:30 to 8:30, or here being Facebook or YouTube. Be well. Peace. Talk to you all next week. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.